Venom, the movie, coming out in October.
I want to see it.
You know,
It's a Venom-specific movie that's exclusively focusing on Venom, and he's one of the coolest villains. I just don't want I hope they don't turn him into like an anti-hero kind of thing.
but that's what Venom is.
Not up front. Up front, he's a villain.
Oh, that's true.
He
Yeah,
anti-hero.
he does become an anti-hero.
But he is a bad dude.
Yeah, so what they're doing here is the character Venom is not going to have the big white spider on his chest.
Yeah.
And the director has come out and said, well, the reason why is because he's not tied to Spider-Man.
So I don't agree with the not tied to Spider-Man because, I mean...
But here's the deal. It's not just the white spider that ties him to Spider-Man. It's his entire look, the way that his eyes are, the shape of his head, his powers.
Yeah.
So what, is he not going to be able to crawl on walls?
I mean, the whole thing about the symbiote is that it absorbs the memories, it absorbs the personality. The symbiote race was actually a peaceful race. It was a bunch of good guys, and it was the corruption of the hosts that it would latch itself onto that turned it into something malicious, and that kind of made it into a villain. And fast forward, it latches on to Spider-Man, and the aggression of the previous hosts starts making Spider-Man more aggressive. But Spider-Man had it for a long time, and Spider-Man, and the symbiote were becoming one. And Spider-Man realized what was going on and got rid of it. And then, who did it latch onto after that?
Eddie Brock.
Eddie Brock. And who was Eddie Brock?
Not only Peter Parker's rival, but so he hates Peter Parker because he did, ruin his career. But he also hates Spider-Man because Spider-Man was also kind of ruining his career also.
And what happened when Eddie Brock got the Venom symbiote? What memories did he get?
He knew who Spider-Man was immediately.
Yes.
And he got all of Peter Parker's knowledge and his powers.
Of Peter Parker and Spider-Man during the time that the symbiote was attached.
Yeah. Also, I like the fact that, so this is kind of a newer facet of the character, but I don't like how instead of doing webbing, he just shoots out black goo.
Yeah.
Or parts of the symbiote. No, I liked it better when it's like the symbiote joined to Peter Parker's oh, you use web shooters. Let me go ahead and just produce webbing so that you no longer have to, rely on your web shooters, which can be broken or you can run out of web. Yeah. So that was also not, in addition to him being stronger with the black suit, now he had unlimited webbing.
Which back in the day, I don't remember which one came first, if it was, the web glands or the web cartridges.
Originally it was cartridges.
It was cartridges, yeah. And then they did a reiteration where it was glands. And the first trilogy movie... Which
I like it when he doesn't have to do... When he doesn't have shooters. I like it better when it's just... Because that's always bothered me about Spider-Man. It's so you can wall crawl, you have spider sense, you've got the strength of a spider, proportionate, blah, 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 blah. But you gotta make your own webbing.
Have you watched the Ultimate Spider-Man cartoon show, though?
A little bit.
They have S.H.I.E.L.D.
Training him.
Yeah, and they make the Spider-Man cartridges and Spider-Man tech, and because they didn't go with the glands, they went with the tech. They were able to do real cool things.
You can do other things.
Huge
that is
I like that.
Yeah, and I like how they did that with Spider-Man Homecoming.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. So
and that ties him also that builds the relationship between him and Tony Stark. Because if he had glands, there would be no reason for Tony Stark to take him under his wings. It was the tech that got them together.
Yeah, it still kind of bothers me.
Eddie Brock without Spider-Man becoming Venom, there's no reason for it. There's no way that it would have been done. As far as you're going to take this and it's not going to be a Marvel movie. It's not going to fit in the Marvel universe.
Yeah, and aside from the fact that what's his name? The actor who's playing Eddie Brock.
Mm-hmm.
He played Bane. Begins with a T.
So
Tom Brady. No, not Tom Brady. Why do I always want to say Tom Brady?
So the guy that was Bane?
Similar. Yes, the guy who played Bane.
It's going to be Eddie Brock?
Is going to be Eddie Brock, which is I think that's kind of cool, actually.
Freeziness. That's cross-contamination.
Come on, it doesn't say this in this article. Oh, Tom Hardy. See, I was close. Tom Brady, Tom Hardy, they're similar.
Then again, what was it? Ryan Reynolds?
Playing Deadpool.
Yeah, and?
Green Lantern.
Yeah.
Which he referenced, but...
That was such a... I'm sorry, dude. I know a lot of people didn't like Deadpool 2, but I thought it was great. I thought it was pretty good.
So,
My favorite part was Brad Pitt.
Gosh. Tom Hardy, his accent, I've seen in the trailer, is just like, what are you doing, man?
I'm Venom.
No. He's got this really thick Brooklyn accent. Wow. And I like the fact that Tom Hardy's a bigger guy. It's not like this. It's not like the
that was the dumbest
Topher Grace version of Eddie Brock.
Foreman. Yeah.
Yeah.
That was the worst choice for Venom. Yeah. And then when he was in the Venom suit, huge guy. It's like, come on, guy, don't even. Yeah, it's okay.
And then his face was uncovered for more than half the time. But anyway,
yeah.
So So I do like that they're doing that with Tom Hardy, but he's like this investigative reporter, and he just like is doing things. And in the trailer, they're not symbiotes; they're symbiotes.
What's the difference?
The pronunciation. It's just annoying though.
Oh yeah.
It's like I don't think anyone symbiote is something that's real in nature.
Yeah. Like
I don't think that you can just we're just gonna call it differently just because.
Yeah. Okay, I gotcha.
And but. I'm kind of worried about the movie. I at first when it was first revealed, I had more positive thoughts, but the more I learn about the movie, the more I kind of have a feeling like it's not going to be good. Just give it back to Marvel already.
I think what would be great is to see a Venom movie, because I love Venom. He's the best villain to me in Marvel. Like, I think Venom is one of the coolest villains, and as a young kid, Spider-Man was my entry to Marvel in general.
It's kind of like having a Proto-Man game, but
without Mega Man, or Dr. Wily,
and he has nothing to do with Mega Man,
or Proto-Man by himself. That's the thing, is that this is not like, if that's the case, like, no Spider-Man, you're not tied to the Marvel universe. Yeah. It's not a Marvel movie.
Or Knuckles and Sonic. Guess what? Knuckles, they gave him his own comic series. It failed after 30 episodes or 30 issues. It just, when you take a character like that who's kind of like a rival,
more like Dr. Eggman, but there is no Sonic the Hedgehog or Sonic Universe or Chaos Emeralds, and he's a good guy.
Yeah, he's just not that interesting of a character as much. And I love Venom, by the way. I love Venom. I think he's a really cool character.
But Venom is twisted because of the corruption of the negative people that it's used as hosts. And Eddie Brock has so much anger based inside of him, and just like when they hit, they split, and like it turns into like, this horrible, nasty like monster. And that's what Venom is. Venom is this horrible, he was a monster. And like I know that in a lot of iterations of Spider-Man, he like was easy to take down, but like but for the most part, for the longest time, Venom was like the ultimate cancellation of Spider-Man,
especially when his spider sense can't detect him because he used to be part of him. So it's great.
It was great. And then they went into the Venom verse, and they created the Venom family.
And I'm good with Carnage, symbiotes. But the other symbiotes you can drop them. I'm fine.
Well, Carnage is the only one that you really need to know.
And they need to do more with Carnage.
It was the introduction. I like Carnage because, like, you had the symbiote that basically just wanted to kill its parent. And that's what turned Venom into an anti-hero.
Yeah,
because of
Carnage.
It had
to unite because he ran up to someone that he couldn't stop.
Yeah, and it latched onto the most psychotic, villainous, murderous, bloodthirsty person.
Serial killer.
Yeah, that was strapped.
Perfect pair.
It was great, and they became like so unstable that Venom had to work with
What was
Spider-Man.
it? It was Conan O'Brien, right?
Yeah. Conan O'Brien? Was that the name of the person?
No, but if you look at, I think his name is Cletus Cassidy.
Oh, yeah, the redhead guy. And it looked,
Huge, like really, like ridiculous
Hi,
red
how's
hair,
it going,
like
guys?
Conan O'Brien.
And then you had like Agent Venom as well, which was. Well,
at one point, Eddie
his
Brock
name?
isn't even Venom in the comics at one point.
Yeah.
It like goes to Harry Osborn, I think.
No, it's not Harry Osborn. It's what's the jock that would Peter Parker?
Flash.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It latched onto Flash and became Agent Venom because
stupid.
they recruited him with Shield, which is you might think of as stupid, but at the same time it was like a tactical, interesting version of Venom, and I think that they had created some anti-venom like serum or something that latched on which is why Venom split. I don't remember everything, but I know that that Agent Venom and the original Venom symbiote was still with Flash, while this other version, which was like an anti-venom, turns I think Eddie Brock into the White Venom. Which the White Venom was
anti-venom.
The anti-venom, it just infected and killed like other venoms or other symbiotes.
Yeah, and that's a cool evolution. I just think you could have gotten there differently.
Yeah, but this movie we'll just have to see.
Yeah, I always reserve judgment. I'm just saying I'm starting to get worried.
You like Thanos without Lady Death.
True.
That's all I'm saying.
Not the same thing. let me leave it with this.
Yeah.
I do think that I've always thought that Spider-Man and Venom are like Venom is the perfect way to do here's someone who's better than the hero, and anytime he's around, the hero is not safe.
Yeah.
Like he's helpless. He's pretty much helpless against Venom.
Yeah.
And no other villain, whether it's Bane, like Batman can outsmart Bane.
Well,
And
Bane is Venom.
He uses Venom.
No, I'm saying.
I know.
Yeah.
Doomsday to Superman. He's kind of he's interesting, but I still think the Spider-Man and Venom pairing is perfect.
Yeah.
It really is perfect.
And they're just taking it out, and I don't like that.
Yeah, me neither. So
that's that's like opening up with a Ninja Turtle movie where Shredder's not the main villain.
Not the main villain, Shredder.
Yeah, where Shredder's not the main villain.
Yeah,
Just doesn't feel right.
Doesn't feel right at all.
No.